Hey traders, welcome back. It's Kenya with BK Trading Academy. In today's technical and fundamental video, we're going to discuss Euro USD. I'm going to tell you where I think this pair is headed, what you need to keep your eye on right now, and where are the levels that we need to focus on. So without further ado, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Make sure you turn on that notification bell and that you have subscribed if you're new, and let's go ahead and hop right in. All right, let's hop into Euro USD on the monthly. So let's talk about fundamentals really briefly. Now, on Wednesday of this week, Fed Chair Powell will be releasing his interest rate decision for USD. It is predicted that he is going to raise interest rates by 0.25%. Now, anytime interest rates rise, that strengthens a currency. So if that happens where the actual comes in higher than the forecast, we could see USD go up if it's the base currency, whereas with Euro USD, price may fall, okay? Sometimes you'll get a little back and forth. The price may go down and then it goes up and then it goes down and you're like, what's going on? It's supposed to be going up. Interest rates went up. So sometimes there is indecision a bit. Sometimes it has to do with order flow. There's so many different things that can impact the market. So that's why you really have to know what you're doing. But it's great to also sit on the sidelines and just watch and learn. I did that for years until I became comfortable trading the news. Now, I don't trade FOMC. I actually like to trade NFP and CPI, but I have learned a lot from trading FOMC, and here's what we can expect this week. So technically, we want to say, okay, well, what if we don't feel comfortable trading the news? And I'm not going to go into my technique of how I trade the news in this video, but if you want to sit on the sidelines and trade the recovery, you can do that. So let's look at this. So we know that Euro USD is in a downtrend on the monthly. Now, notice here previously, we had this M pattern here on the monthly time frame. It gave us a double top. It broke below the neckline and price continued to decline. It completed the pattern. So we topped off at monthly support right here. And notice how this previous monthly support structure is now becoming our resistance. It is testing as a resistance level. So technically on the monthly, we are still in a downtrend, guys. We are still in a downtrend. And a lot of traders are watching this level to see what is going to happen. Are we going to break higher? Are we going to break lower? As we go lower in time frames, you will see that this resistance right here at 1.0922 is an area that bulls have not broken above it yet. Okay, we topped off at it. We've rejected at it multiple times. So we're going to watch and see. You're not going to see much of anything happening right now with Euro USD. And this is why I don't trade this pair all the time. It's not volatile enough for me, but I think it's great for new traders and traders who don't have a lot of experience. So now let's talk about the levels we need to keep our eye on. Let's go ahead and we're going to make sure that we definitely keep our eye on this resistance. And then we want to look at where is, for example, our previous structure. I like to trade from zone to zone, so from one reversal zone to the next. And what you'll notice is that this is our support now forming as resistance. Below that, we have a monthly structure here. So this monthly support slash resistance slash support, if we kind of just bring this over, this is an area as well too. And on the lower time frame, that may be a good opportunity for us to keep our eye on. So let's go ahead and we are going to mark a level there, but I do think that the price could possibly bounce before that. So let's go ahead and we're going to clone this zone here, and then we're going to bring it down to an area below price. So you always want to keep a level above price and a level below price. And you want to make sure that it's either very strong supply or demand zones. So for example, this would be a supply zone, for example, where there's a great imbalance between buyers and sellers. Notice when the price came close to it or retested it, look how much the market fell in the past, and look when it returned to it, look how much it fell, okay? So you always want to keep your eye on supply and demand levels. But when it comes to just support and resistance, we're looking for areas in the market where it has tested as a cluster of support and resistance. And as you can see here, this is our support. It was also an area of resistance. It was resistance. It was support. It was support. It was support. This is a very strong area, and that's why this is a psychological level we need to watch. Now let's go ahead and drop lower and let's decide what we should do. So now on this weekly time frame, you will see that we're seeing some bearish confirmation right now. You see that? Double wick rejection on the weekly, and we are also in a downtrend. So all I have to do is do this, we are in a downtrend. And I would say our swing high here, a lot of times it can be difficult to really read the structure. But one thing that you can do is turn this to a line chart and you'll see these swings a little bit more clearly on your chart. Sometimes you can even go, for example, to the monthly, and now you'll see on the monthly, here we have a nice swing low, we have a high, and then we have our lower low down here. So you can see it's a little bit more clear, and you can use those areas as places to make a buy or sell decision. So sometimes, it's kind of hard to decipher, and if you can't determine it, stay away. It's okay to not trade it either. So when I turn this back to a candles chart, I'm basically just focusing on one reversal zone to the other. So now what I'm going to do, since I have my levels marked out, I'm going to go ahead and switch to the daily time frame. All right, guys. So here is what we want to keep our eye on. So we know that it's Monday. The price is starting to come down. Look where we've topped off at resistance. Bulls have not been able to push the price any higher. Okay, so let's see, where is that price at? So that price is at 1.0925 zone. So bulls have not been able to push that price any higher than that 1.0925. And what did we see? We saw price start to decline. So what is going to happen right now? So notice that on this daily time frame, this is our previous area of structure. It was support. The market provided a rejection to the upside. It was resistance, came down just a little bit. It was resistance. The market provided a decline to the downside. And if we continue to scroll over, you will also notice that this area has been respected multiple times as support and also as resistance. So in my opinion, I believe that based on where the price is now, what I like to do is measure from where the price is now. So from here to about this zone, that's only 82 pips. I do think that during FOMC, we're going to see the market come down or up a little bit more. So if the market does continue to drop, let's say it gets to back to 1.0695, I do think that this is a great area where we could see the market clean up or reverse from there. Okay, so I think the market could fall to this area and possibly provide some type of buy signal after the FOMC is over with. So I'm going to come back and probably provide an update, but I basically just want to help you couple fundamentals and technicals so that you can understand, how do you approach the market? What about when FOMC is over? What should I be looking for, right? And anytime the market is deeply oversold or overbought, it always has to correct itself. So just know that eventually it's going to correct, but you need to know, what do you keep your eye on? What technical levels do I watch and why? What is going on with these news reports? What's the next news report? You always want to know, when does that pair likely move? Okay, so FOMC, I do think we will see some major movement with EURUSD. So this is what you need to do. Definitely keep your eye on this zone here. I want you to mark an alert at 1.0700, okay? 1.0700. This is your previous daily resistance where the market made a decent move. And I believe that this is going to be your future support. When the market gets here, you're going to see if you have an entry reason. Now, if it's during high impact news, of course, don't enter during high impact news, because that price might just keep falling. So you don't want to do that. We don't want to enter too soon, okay? But on this daily time frame, if we are, for example, scalpers or intraday traders or short-term swing traders, we can look to possibly trade off of this daily trend. All right. And what we're doing is we want to keep our eye on the most promising levels. So we can even bring this out just a little bit, because guys, what could happen is that price may move into this zone. Okay. But it may come a little bit deeper into the zone. So notice here, right below it, this is also a turning point right here. Okay. So we want to keep in mind that if you're going to go long here, you have to be careful and make sure you have some type of bullish confirmation. Thus, I would drop down to like the 4 hour or the 1 hour, and you want to look for maybe a rejection in the zone, maybe a double bottom, some type of candlestick formation that lets you know what, we are pretty much rejecting at this level, and I think that price is going to head upwards. So something like this, where you had a bullish engulfing candle back here in early January. So yeah, this was early January. So we had a bullish engulfing candle. We also had a double bottom price. We had an impulse candle. Price broke the neckline and continued higher. Great confirmation. That's exactly what you will want to see, something like that. But it just depends on your system and what type of confirmation you're going to look for. So again, the levels that you want to keep your eye on this week is 1.0700. Set an alert there. And let's just measure from that area down to our actual trend line and this previous low. That's about another 100, little over 100 pips. I would monitor the 1.0600 area to 1.0700. As you can see, this is the area that I have highlighted, and this is what I believe is going to be the opportunity going long, okay? So we're looking for some type of drop into this zone and a bounce from that area. Now, if the price does shoot up for whatever reason, right? Let's look at where it could possibly go. So if the price does shoot up, if it breaks above, this resistance is going to become our future support. Let's go out to the weekly, and now let's find our zone. So the next swing high on our chart, if we look here, so let's find a level. So I would say that definitely we have an area right here. So right here was resistance. It was also support. It was also support, and it was resistance. And look how much the market rejected to the downside. So look here, let's count how many pips that would be. If it breaks this resistance back to this resistance here, that's about a good 253 pips. So if the market does break to the upside, it is likely going to go to 1.1180 zone. Okay. So I will come back and provide an update. We'll talk about what happens, but I hope that this is just some guidance for you in terms of how to understand technicals and combining them with fundamentals. I've given you the levels to watch, and now set your alerts. Watch how the market reacts around it, and then you learn from there. You journal what you see, you learn from your observations, and that is how you become a experienced and disciplined trader, especially when you set rules around your strategy. So guys, I hope that you found that helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you are a new or struggling trader, I strongly advise that you look at the description of the video and check out the information on our trading academy. We have tons of value, tons of great testimonials from students who have improved their trading skills and went to a whole nother level. And I know without a doubt, we can help so many of you who are stuck, feeling lonely, and really trying to get over the hump. So guys, I hope you found value in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another training video soon. We will see you in the next one. Have a great one.